12 interesting facts to know about tennis champion Taylor Townsend. Taylor Townsend is playing the absolute best tennis of her life. With several championships already to her name, she made history in 2025 as the first mom ever to reach #1 in the women's doubles rankings. Like the Black women's tennis pioneers before her, Townsend has overcome more obstacles than most could imagine. In 2012, she was told to sit out both the US Open girls and women's events because of her weight. She later learned she was anemic. That obstacle didn't slow her down. She's also faced harsh criticism, like Yelena Ostapenko's comments at the 2025 US Open that Townsend had no class and no education. The Chicago-born star is both a force on the court and an advocate off of it. Between her role as a mom, her push for equal pay in tennis, and even teaching the likes of Cardi B the basics of the sport, she's simply an icon. Without further ado, here are 12 facts to know about Taylor Townsend. Townsend spent her early years in Chicago hitting balls across the South Side, according to the Chicago Sun-Times. She told the outlet that the city's Black tennis community during her childhood always felt tight-knit and welcoming. It was a family affair, as she described it. Townsend admitted it herself. "I'm not gonna lie," she laughed while speaking with the WTA. "It's crazy. You couldn't tell me nothing until I became aware of what people were saying about me," according to the Chicago-born player. That's also when the criticism began. "When I was 4 years old, people would say, she's not going to be that good. She's too short. She's too fat." Townsend has been on fire since returning to the court after giving birth. At Wimbledon 2024, she partnered with Czechia's Katarina Siniakova to capture her first major doubles title. The duo reunited the following year and repeated the feat at the 2025 Australian Open. We have Taylor's mother, Sheila Townsend, to thank for her early interest in tennis. Sheila competed for Lincoln University in Missouri, where she reached the NCAA Division II championships and often found success in doubles, much like Taylor would later do. After college, Sheila became a teacher. Fun fact, the tennis champion's dad also worked in education. Generally speaking, far fewer people are left-handed compared to right-handers, and Taylor Townsend is part of that smaller group. "I naturally am left-handed, I eat left-handed, I write left-handed, but I picked up the racket with my right hand and I just started hitting balls with it," she told the Tennis.com podcast. It actually took a nudge from Donald Young Jr.'s mom, who encouraged her to use her dominant hand, for her to commit to playing lefty. Townsend recalled, "They both made me kind of stick with it and then I stopped falling." Townsend gave birth to her son, Aden, on March 14, 2021. Sharing the news on Instagram a few weeks later, she wrote, "I can't put into words how happy I am to introduce the love of my life. He is perfect." The tennis star has often spoken about how Aden, or AJ, as she also calls him, is one of her greatest supporters. In a 2021 article for the Players Tribune, Townsend described her 16-year-old self as a Wiz Khalifa stan. At the time, she was also the #1 ranked junior tennis player. Guess Taylor Gang had a double meaning back then. In 2012, 16-year-old Taylor Townsend was told she couldn't compete until she got into better shape, even refusing to cover her expenses for the US Open. For someone already ranked among the top juniors in the world, the decision was devastating. "It was frustrating," she later wrote in the Players Journal. "Like, here I was, flying back to Florida to start my fitness hiatus, while all the other juniors I knew, girls I was ranked higher than, were on their way to New York to start getting ready for the Open," Townsend said. In July 2025, Townsend climbed to the very top of the doubles rankings, officially becoming the #1 player in the world. Her run that year included several doubles titles, most notably at the Australian Open. Even more significantly, she became the first mother in history to claim the #1 doubles spot. During an episode of Cardi Tries, Cardi B invited her wild side collaborator Normani onto the tennis court for the first time. The two got a little help from Taylor Townsend, who walked them through the basics from positioning to forehand, backhand, and even how to rally. "I didn't know she was left-handed, so that was interesting. Just the whole experience was hilarious." Townsend looked back at the moment on Way Up with Angela Yee. She continued, "It was so much fun. She had just come straight from the studio to shoot that."